Buying a car can be stressful in general, but then you throw in this market. Brenda Pollock is a financial counselor with Evergreen Credit Union. She's got some tips for us. And Brenda, they're buying cars right now, but between the pandemic, supply chain issues, it's not that simple.
You're right, Samantha. It is no longer simple, and it is nothing that we're accustomed to. Look, there are no bargains out there on used cars, on new cars, and buyers who are in the market better be prepared to see sticker shock. The new inventory was down 60% last year, and the new car prices went up almost 9%. As a result, some folks are paying $2,000 to $100,000 over sticker price if they really want something.
Okay, so people, as you just said, they're paying more than sticker price. Is that wise?
No. So you remember when we were younger, you always realize the minute you buy a car, it's one of the worst investments you can make. However, it's not wise, but if you need a car, if you really need a car, there are tips we can give you. But if you can hold off on buying a new car for at least another year, hopefully we're going to see the new car supply bouncing back to pre-pandemic figures. But that probably is not going to happen until 2023.
Wow. Okay. So what about the used car market then? Should people invest in a used car versus a newer car?
So the used car prices have increased nearly 40% in 2021, and they're going to continue to rise in 2022. The fact is the upsurge is impacting all vehicles, all models, including mid-size, compact cars, and luxury cars.
And the pandemic is kind of throwing a wrench into things.
In April 2020, the US saw an auto production drop of 99% from February of 2020. So by the end of last summer of 2020, the industry did begin to rebound, but that was short-lived. Component shortages and other delays caused by a disruption of the global supply chain, the monthly US auto production took another step backwards. So in total, US car production fell by 23% in 2020, and the impact of the chip shortage could cause the industry another 7 million units short in 2022.
So for those of us who are shopping for a new or newer vehicle, what are some things that we should consider before we buy?
Well, do your research and be flexible. So narrow down the list of the things that you must have, because chances are you're not going to get everything you want. Be willing to compromise on the trim level, the features, maybe the manufacturer and the model and the color. Number two, be prepared to act quickly. So if it's out there, it's going to be impossible to haggle your way to a sweet deal. If you want it, buy it. Third, remember to stay within your budget. 10 to 15% of your income should be allocated towards your car. Even if you've always been that type of person who bought a used car, you may want to consider buying a new car instead. There may not be that much of a big price difference between the two.
And what if you're thinking about trading in your vehicle? Any tips you have before you head out to the dealership?
Well, remember, there is a supply crunch, so do your homework. If you have a car to trade in, you are in possession of a highly in-demand asset that's worth probably more than you think. Make the most of it. If you have a Ford, take it to the Ford dealership and see what they'd pay you to buy it outright. You could end up with hundreds or even thousands of more dollars by taking that extra step.